Women are far more vocal about being strong, independent, having careers, making money than men are.
True.
Men understand that's just a prerequisite to be a man. But when women make money and become independent, they want to let everybody know. We have songs about it.
Yep.
Let me know when Future makes a song saying I'm strong and independent. But I definitely know Destiny Child, Beyonce, all them, all the single ladies, strong and independent, blah, blah, blah. I pay my own bills. Women make sure to let everyone know when they're independent. When a man makes money, he thinks about what he could provide for his wife. When a woman makes money, she thinks about being independent of a man. That's the difference.
We are like a set of tires on a car. We take all the bumps and potholes in a woman's life. We take all the impact, and when we are worn out or get a puncture, we are blamed for not being reliable. In the end, like all tires, we are discarded and replaced.
Women love spontaneity. Money facilitates. Women love fun. Money facilitates. Women love a man who's respected. Money facilitates. So money can help with certain of the things that women find attractive. For the most beautiful women on earth, the reason they don't really respect your money is every guy they talk to has money. So every single place you go, you don't pay. So do you actually care how much money that guy really has or how much the dinner really was? Not really, it was just dinner. So the point is that money is not enough to get a beautiful woman. It's enough to qualify you to try.
The fact is that in a healthy relationship, two happy people come together and feel even happier together. Anything less is trouble.
Hi guys. A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight.
It's been said, feminism didn't free women from the oppression they thought they were under. It freed men from the oppression they didn't know they were under.
People that come from money, men that come from money, do not date women half their age. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg doing that. You'll never see Bill Gates doing that. People that come from a legacy and a family, they select people who they can bring to family dinners because it's a legacy. They look at a woman's family. People with new money use women the same way that new money use a gold chain. It's a status symbol. So somebody with new money, of course, will be with a woman half his age and show off with that. Somebody who comes from generational wealth.
She's not someone I admire now, but she does have a point. Society has a very unhealthy, dismissive culture when it comes to modern dating. Far too many materialistic people are trying to live a champagne lifestyle on lemonade money, and the sense of entitlement is alarming.
As women get older in age, masculine hormones and energies increase and become more prevalent, and feminine energies decrease. Older women get more set in their ways, especially when they have lived most of their life single, unhappy, highly successful, providing for themselves.
90% of women do regret for filing up for divorce. Yes, you didn't want to live with this man, but you really deep in your heart were not ready for the divorce and for a breakup. The true reason why this breakup and divorce happened is because you didn't have energy to influence and impact your man. Because deep in our heart, ladies, we want all to change our men to be a better version of themselves. That's all we want. We're wired for that. However, the only way you can influence your man to change is by start working on yourself. Once you change, your man gonna start sooner or later changing and reflecting you. But please know, if you are right now putting all of your effort to change him, it's not gonna go well. He will just resist, and you'll have more and more arguments and fights.
I think both genders are guilty of this, but the stratospheric demands being put on potential dating partners is extreme and mostly unrealistic. Everybody seems to want without actually earning anything. We live in a strange world, and it worries me to think what things will be like for the next generation of men, and especially women.
You've had a very fun life at your peak sexual value from 19 to 24, running around doing XYZ. Now you're with this guy who can't give you the life he knows you've already lived. Part of him feels inferior. His status is damaged because all the shit you did is on Instagram, and he ain't the one who gave it to you. And now you're expecting a whole bunch of crap out of him. And now when he comes and works his ass off and manages to save up and buy a BMW and picks you up. Hey, I got a BMW. You go, yeah, I like Mercedes. This is the point you're missing. It's not about the fucking car. It's about something larger than that. It's about making him feel like he's a man again and like he's in charge. What are you doing? You're damaging the psyche of the man who's trying to love you. Is it worth it for a fucking car?
And when you think about it, nothing is more repulsive than having a self-entitled adult whining and howling about how they're being so terribly victimized by other people's lawful right to not be their financial asset and household accessory.
Here, let's watch this because it's so funny.
Equality means that when you have a child or children, you're both responsible. So the idea that the woman should take 100% of the costs on herself without any help from her husband or ex-husband is ridiculous. How is that fair?
Wait for it.
How is it fair that he doesn't get 50-50 custody? Are you guys equal or not?
Yes, equality means that you're both responsible for raising the children, and that includes the costs
you should have
of raising the
equality,
children.
but not at the expense of men. 50-50 custody, no child support, no alimony. That's equality. You don't want
alimony
equality.
makes sense if the woman was a stay-at-home mother and doesn't have a source of income. How else would she take care of the kids following a divorce?
By getting a job just like the men.
What is happening is an exploitation of male nature. He naturally wants to protect the women, he wants to be of service, he wants to be loyal, and he wants to do what's right. So you condition him to believe that what he's doing, he has to do for her because that's her birthright. Every time he disobeys your orders or ceases to be your servant, you can simply accuse him of disregarding that particular aspect of what it means to be a man, and he will comply.
Men in general, women in general, but Black women in particular, have begun to see their men as a utility, as a come up, as a means of resource. Now, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with you seeing a man as a means of resource, because in truth, that's what he should be. Because that's what our job is in the earth, is to take care of you. That's what our job is to do, take care of you. And there's not a man alive who feels completely like a man if he can't take care of you. But the next question is, who? What is he taking care of? Is he seen as important as the trophy that the athlete seeks after?
Many men have all the patience in the world with children, but very little tolerance for provocative women who are used to using men for social and financial gain. The most attractive women are the ones who hold the man up and not the ones who put them down. If a woman upholds her man, he will become more than what he can realize.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income. So
I'm gonna say at least 200.
200 grand?
You can be 30 years old and make 200
Oh my goodness. Take a guess at what percentage of men fit this criteria? 2%? Much lower. It's 0.049%.
All right, is this going on the TV?
Here's the truth. If anyone said anything about training your wife, the backlash would be thermonuclear. But people talk about training husbands like it's normal. It seems like double standards are some people's only standards. Remain single, gentlemen. It's not worth it.
I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr. Chico Stick. I wanna die.
All right, guys, just remember, if you let that entice you, if you look directly behind her, that's what's going to happen to you. You'll be an ATM machine for the next 18 years. For one brief moment in time. Okay.
Many women have lost touch with what they truly have to offer in the world. Love, care, family, community.
Do you think by making more money, it's going to hurt your chance of finding a man or help your chance of finding a man? That's my
I think
question.
it's going to help my chances.
Really?
Yeah, even though that's not my focus. I think making money, because then I can, I don't know.
Let's use a little bit of logic here. What percentage of men do you think make $100,000 a year in the United States?
Like 30?
30%?
Yeah.
Between 10 and 15% of all Americans make $100,000 a year. That's men, women, everything included. So think about this. You're going to be 30 years old, right? So you're not going to be as hot as you are now. You're going to make more money, which means you have a higher taste in men, but you might not necessarily be as attractive enough to get that guy. And you're going to have certain experiences and certain expectations because you've lived a certain type of life. Do you really think it's going to be easier for you to find a man at 30 years old when you make more money and you're kind of stuck in your ways than now?
No matter how far you go back in history, women have always been protected by men. To call this oppression is the ultimate ungratefulness. It's literally impossible to be less grateful.
A man will only spend money on a woman that he truly likes. If he's not spending no money on you, next caller. That means he doesn't like you. What are you wasting your time for? He's just trying to put you on your back, add no value, get what he wants out of you, and walk out the door.
I am yet to meet a woman who is single in her 30s, 40s, or 50s with no man in her life, that is not on anti-anxiety or antidepressants, doesn't have borderline or narcissistic traits, doesn't need saving in some way or shape or form. But I do see a majority of men super healthy and happy with no woman. One would think marriage is created so men don't go completely crazy from being too happy.
To truly offer her an allowance so that
Motherfuckers. I mean, shit,
No.
that'd be nice.
Oh my God.
But normally, like, I feel like normally guys do give women an allowance. It's not
Simps.
It's not like said this is your allowance, but men typically be like, you know, they'll want to spoil the girl. Oh, you want to get your nails done if they can.
Yeah, but
you
that's
know?
what you just explained seems like it was like a sporadic thing. Oh, you want to get your nails done. Not every single 2 weeks. Oh, you getting your nails done. Here's the money for your nails. Again, no. Let's be honest here. If you're giving somebody an allowance, they your son or your daughter. Like my girl is not gonna be my son or my daughter. If we're in a situation where they had like a baby and they physically can't work and physically can't do things, then obviously as a man, you want to fucking step up and pay for the surrounding things.
We aren't slaves, huh? Try telling that to the family courts. They are perfectly happy to sentence a man to a lifetime of financial slavery. How else can you describe alimony? And just think about alimony for a moment.
Yo, bro, she has 10 other guys calling her beautiful.
Bro, you want to be different? Send her money. Money!
That's what they want.
Hey, yo, and people in hell want ice water. You know, you don't get what you want. I'm gonna give you what you need, though. And what you need is some help. You ain't getting nothing from me, fat boy. Nothing.
I am still in utter disbelief that any woman could honestly sit there and try to justify someone else being forced, under penalty of imprisonment, to pay her to simply exist. It baffles the mind that someone could honestly think this way, and it is truly disgusting. What is even more disgusting, though, is that there are men who will willingly sentence a man to be her slave because they hope that this will increase their own chances of getting laid.
6'2".
Ideally,
I
want to feel small.
No, I'm not, that's okay. I'm tall too. I want a tall man too. 10% of men make more than you. Now, half of them are below 5'8". That's 5% of them. Now you're at 5%. Now you want to be attracted to him. Let's say half of them are ugly. That's 2% of guys. And you have to compete and you might have to share. Because think about it, if you find him attractive, and he has all the things you want, that means other women want him. That means every girl in this room probably wants him.
That doesn't mean you have to share.
It means you might. It means, but this is
It means he has options. That still doesn't mean that you have.
Now, and I'll give you an example. My dad is a top 1% earner, 0.5%. I grew up in these families, or in that family. My dad didn't cheat, but my mom got him when he was broke.
Most men who are on board with it have no choice. They've had this stuff shoved in their heads by their mothers, teachers, TV shows, movies, media, books, other women, etc. and etc. In short, it's extremely hard as a man to go against all the societal training. Thanks for watching Male Imperium. Please show us your love by subscribing to the channel using the bell icon. We're also up for debate and some healthy banter, so don't forget to comment under the video.